For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Says you.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Let's equip our new magic and see what it's like. Dark Execution. Is that cooler? I think I liked this one more than Dark Phantasm. I'll try it out. First, I need to like equip some words to it. I don't think I have any like new interesting words. I'll just put whatever I have on Phantasm. Geb Ashur. But also I need to re-equip this one with making it cost less. Where do I make it cost less? There we go, MP cost minus that. Alright. Wait, hold on. I've only collected 12% of the words in this. Oh. Well, let's go up the other people first. Do you have anything you want to say?
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of them.
I know.
I already said that. What's in here? Alright, let's get back to doing this. Here we go. Goddamn. Alright.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Enter this villager's dream? Sure. Why
Can't
not?
say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
And I'm the one who has to read it all.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Oh, Christ. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me! Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Nier. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Nier extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize a staccato sound of heavy rain. The staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment with what? Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to serve my rescuers, no matter the cost. In the castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north, I guess. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop of carpet of velvet, all covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness. I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the corridors, and I go east. I squint down the dim corridors, and I go north. I squint down the dim corridors. So we just came from the south, right? We went north, so going back down south would just put us back where we were. Which means we could go east, west, or north. Well, the thing about mazes, right, is that you always go left. You always go left until you can no longer go left, and that's how you get out. Let's go west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The casks will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick, red liquid bursts from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust slowly... What? The exact opposite word, in fact. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. I squint down the dim corridors and go east. So we came from south and west to go nowhere. Let's go north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. Drink break. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. We need to be getting out of here! It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist. While encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck with a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet, as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and go south. The only way to go is west. I squint. What? Did I fuck something up? I went back down the path with the caskets. Fuck, I needed to go east. Water has risen to my chin and now leaps greedily at my mouth and nose. You dumb bastard, shouts Nier. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Is this our first death? I fucked up my directions. Might be. I know, I've already talked to you. Cool. I'm gonna have to get back to where we were.
This person must be drinking.
Fuck it, you could come along. It's gonna be real cool. I just need to keep spamming X. And this time go west. No, not west, east. Fuck. Yep, I remember all this. We remember all this. North. Yep. Corpses. We go east. We go north. And now we go east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall, with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table, upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to study my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs on which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls have committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and go north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down!" someone cries, and I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Nier and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west, I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would have surely died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. "Your dress?" asks Vice. "Then you are a woman, madame?" "I am." I proffer the two a smile. "I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as though I only exist in the form of words." I can see that the one known as Nier is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Oh, man. How you doing?
Thank you so much for saving me. I
It's no,
never want to have a dream like that again.
it's no problem, ma'am. Just doing our jobs. Okay. Hello, sir.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
Oh, look. 2 people in this village had classes. Did the mayor also have classes? Alright. One more.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Having too many words for even a book. Man. I'm having a good time right now, honestly. I'm having fun reading this. Oh, fuck, it's this song. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Nier had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
Apparently I don't need to voice act, but I still do need to narrate. God, this fucking song. Just give me a second to listen to this.
What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
He said. Who is... What? Under this heat, a mirage or two would be an unexpected sight. Okay, so apparently I need to start voice acting again. Nier nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. That sounds like asphalt. And the giant, massive structures in the distance sounds like a city? Right? So this would be a road to a city in the desert, huh? The heat reflecting from the road made Nier lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Nier glanced at Weiss's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nier's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Nier lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open, and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water! Water? Asked Weiss. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us, look! The sun's reflecting off of it! Without waiting for a response, Nier sprang to life and bounded toward the site. What in the... Oh, that's still Nier. Whatever. There was no water, there was nothing but sand in every direction. Nier closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler have spoken of such thing. Nier shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there! Nier sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nier came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hand up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Nier and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Nier's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Weiss paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Nier looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Nier, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky. But that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Nier. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels set silent on steel rails. Trains, I assume. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. Traffic lights. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Nier and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Nier uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except a single word was chiseled onto their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Nier moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures, alighting on the statue's shoulder. It emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones will only speak lies. Here we go. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Nier. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Nier.
Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real.
Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the real one around here. Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state, as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. Nier furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real. The others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. I don't remember what they said. I don't remember what they said. I don't have a clue. Nier took a long look at the statues and tried to clear his mind. Alright, right, cool. Alright, let's see. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. So Alpha says he is real. Beta says Alpha's a fake, and that he is the real one. Gamma says that Beta is the fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. So let's go about this. Let's go. If Alpha is real, then that means that the other 2 are lying. Which means that Beta, when he says that Alpha is a fake, is a lie. Which is correct. And you know I am the real one, which is also incorrect, if we assume Beta is lying. Gamma says that Beta is a fake, which isn't a lie. Wait, which he's telling the truth, if we assume that Alpha is real. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. So Alpha can't be the real one, because Alpha is real. That makes Gamma's statement of Beta is fake false, which is incorrect. It might be Gamma, actually. Let's assume that Gamma is real. Gamma says that Beta is a fake, So if that's true, then if Beta is a fake, then everyone knows I'm the real one. So if Beta isn't telling the truth, then it's just the same problem of Beta saying that Alpha is a fake, which also is true. Wait. I feel like I'm confusing myself and also all the viewers. Everyone knows I'm the real one around here. Okay, what if we go with Beta being real, I guess. Alpha is a fake, which would be true if Beta is real. You know, I'm the real one, that makes sense. And Alpha lying would be, you have to get me out of this place. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real, which would be false. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake, which is... He's lying. No, he is lying. Which makes sense. Oh, I'm confusing myself here. Beta is a fake, which is a lie. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here, which is also a lie. It might be Beta. I think it's Beta. All right, let's go through this one more time. Beta is the truth, which means that Alpha is a fake, which is true, and he says that he's the real one, which is also true, and which makes Alpha a false, which means him saying himself is real is also false, so that also works out. Well, a load of crap. Beta is a fake, which is a lie, which continues that he's on a lying. I think it's Beta. I'm gonna pick Beta. The real one is Beta. The real one is Beta. Though Nier's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Vice nodding at him. Let's go, baby! If Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that he did the same thing I did. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Vice finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful tone. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Nier pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Vice. Have you been to this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Nier, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Nier during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind. Whew.
That was rough.
Certainly.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Finally. Have anything to say?